I'm back, and I finished both arms on the doll. Now, what you want to do is kind of fluff it out a little bit after working with it. And you want to take it and eyeball the size. Now, when you do this, both arms should be pretty much equal length, which I have here. Now, once you have this, you can cut it all this off. Just leave like about an inch from where you have it. Leave like about that much. So before you do this, let me show you. These aren't really cutting scissors for this project, but I am using these. And you want these to be all equal length. You don't want them to be all uneven. Otherwise, it turns out to look like a huge mess. Now, you want it to look like this. So I'll do the other arm to show you. So if you want to get the same size arm, pretty much line it up and mark it with your scissors and then cut away from there. Since I'm recording this, I kind of messed up on the other arm by accident. But yeah, to find these mobs, you can go on Amazon and order them online from there, because they're really rare to find them in the stores, depending on where you're from. Alright, now this is the front end. We need to look at the front end when we do this. And this is the back end, which we don't have nothing to do with anymore. So lay it flat on the table, and what you want to do is get your head ready, which you're going to be having to use. Now, how I made this was I took some raffia paper and I took a styrofoam ball. And what you do is you take the styrofoam ball, coat it in crafts glue, and then you would pretty much take it and cover the whole head. And what you have to try and do is smooth out two sides as best as you can and leave the sides for wrinkles if you want. You can use a wooden head, but I wouldn't recommend it because it'd be too heavy for the doll once you're done hanging it with all the ornaments and stuff on it. So you have to kind of smooth it out on both sides of the face. And while the paper is still fully wet with glue, twist the ends really tightly together and let it sit for overnight so they harden into a neck piece for us to glue. So once you have that done, this is like an overnight project, so don't know what to say. But find a good size face you want to use. So what I'm going to be using is this side of the face. So what you want to do is leave about, it's kind of hard to show, but this much for a head, because you're going to be putting hair. So what you want to do is use quite a bit of glue for where you're placing the head. A lot of glue. And now, since this is quite dangerous, have an adult help you if you're working with a child. And now glue the head down as straight as you can possibly get it, and let it hold there. Now, I decided to make this because I looked all over the place and could never find a tutorial on how to make a mop angel. My aunt was the one who introduced this to me and showed me how to make one of these. So I thought it'd be nice to share the world, or you people, with how to make these, since nobody has ever made a tutorial on it. And while this is setting up, let me go over what I'm going to be using. For the hair, you need to find brown Spanish moss or any type of moss you can possibly use. To find this moss, a Spanish moss, you go to Michael's. They have it for a pretty good price on products that they have. And then for the bouquet, I have a lot of evergreen, which I'm probably going to be using to represent like this angel right here. Now, I use quite a bit of different things on this, so I'm going to be mismatching like I did for the other one. Now, one of the ones I worked on, which I personally like, because I think it's quite a funny thing, is called the Duck of Christmas Past. To me, it looks like Jesus. I don't know about you guys, but let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, I just love how I make these because you get to come up with your own ideas and crafts. And if you want, you can use ornaments. What I'm using is a styrofoam ball covered in plaid with crochet wrapped around it. I don't know if I can zoom in, but this is what it looks like. And I used that on one of the other ones. And I could use bells, I could use pheasant feathers, I can even use ivy. Ivory. And what comes in handy are the cinnamon sticks. If you can find these, that's good because then you can use these as decoration pieces for like kindling or whatever the design you're working with. Now, for this is fake. I don't know if it looks real to me, but use real pine cones but with fake pine. Now this comes in handy. You do not want like that really crappy type of flimsy pine because that does not look good to what you're doing with. And then you can use wire mesh, you can use wired ribbon or just plain ribbon, and you can make it into a 3-bow or 2-bow depending on how big you want the wings to look like, because that's what we'll be using that for. And you pretty much, I'll show you how to do that and how to set it all up for the back of the angel. And for a halo, you pretty much just use like a type of Christmas decoration. I don't really know what this is called. Oh. Oops, knocked that over. This is what it's pretty much called. It's kind of hard to see because it's backwards, but it's called Frank's Super Buy Christmas Decoration, which is 25 feet, and it was 99 cents. Now, this is pretty much good for use. Didn't want to show my face, but who cares? It's a tutorial. I'm pretty sure everybody shows their face every once in a while. Alright, while I'm blabbering on about nothing, our head dried down onto this. So now what we want to do is take 2 pieces of strands from both ends. Make sure they're pretty much lined up evenly if you possibly can. So try and find 2 pieces, which I'm having difficulty. Typical. This is my third one I'm making, my third and final one, because I don't have any more heads or mops, so I'm kind of a little upset about that. You never want to do this, I'm just showing for a tutorial, but find 2 pieces like that. Now, what you want to do is set those off to the side and kind of straighten out what mop you have, so you don't get any hot glue on that, because this is going to be smoldering hot, depending on how long you have it in, because I already got a blister on it. Now, what you want to do is put a whole bunch of hot glue down to the center of your mop, because you want to cover this blue or white or whatever color you have. You put a whole bunch down. And while that's still hot, you quickly take both pieces on both ends and kind of line them up down the center. Oh, dang it. Ah, son of a bitch. Sorry. I don't know if I'll be able to post this after I said that. But yeah, you pretty much place all these down, kind of center them as best as you can without getting burned. I recommend using a medium or a low temperature hot glue gun. If you don't have it and you only have hot temperature, be extra very careful. Dang it. I'm probably gonna get another blister. Yep. Damn it. Ding. Now, if you don't get a lot of glue on all of them, add a little bit touches here and there of spots. And now place it down. Gosh, that hurt. Be extra careful. If you burn yourself, go rinse under cold water as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll get a blister, and it will sting. But while this is drying or cooling off, it should look like this. So you have it placed down in the center. Now, I'm going to be covering this up soon, but this is what you should have so far. Now, if you're following along and you're having trouble, please leave any comments down below, and I'll see if I can help you in any way possible, shape, or form. But, ow, my finger. Sorry, I'm complaining quite a bit. But what you should have done is use 3 strands of 5 pieces of mop for each braid, and you intertwine 3 of them. You could probably look those tutorials up on how to make a French braid, because that's pretty much what it is. If you're a girl, yay, because you pretty much know how to do it. If you're a guy, on the other hand, like I am, well, I wish you luck. But you should have 2 of these. Should have your head on, your white lining on the back with your hook to hang it on. The door, you can hang this on your front door, you can hang it anywhere in the house, which is quite nice. And then you should have your styrofoam head ball on, or wood, depending on what you have, and then this glued down the straight center. My aunt, when she first found out about these, she was walking through a arts and crafts show one time, came across it. She had no idea how to make it at the time. So what she did was look at it very closely and figure it out from there. And to my surprise, she was able to do it. And I'm quite impressed because I pretty much like all of hers. One time she had so many, it was unbelievable. And just recently, when I went back to her house to take a look, because it's been like 5 years since she last made these, when I went into her back room to get supplies for her, there was none. So I asked her what happened. She says, "Oh, all 20 of them that I had before, I sold them all." I'm like, "You did?" She's like, "Yes, I sold them at a craft show for about $20 each." So I was like, "Oh, well, that's a good way." So, anywho, gosh, I already have like 3 blisters in my hands. Good to have pop. Now, what you want to do now is pretty much make sure that they're spread apart still. Because this is kind of like of a very crucial part for your angel, so it doesn't get all messed up when it comes to the bouquet. Now, since I'll be having to turn this around, you want to put a lot of glue, as much as you can right here. Straighten out your arms so they perfectly align, and curve it. When I say curve, take this arm and pretty much curve it and make it, glue it together like this. So you have kind of like a sitting person with its arms like that. You want to glue it like that. If you don't glue it correctly like that, learn the hard way. Oh shit. Knocked a hole right through the plate. Oh boy. Not good. Oh no, not good. Oh crap. Ay ay ay. We're in the middle of having technical difficulties. My dad decided to come down and replace some lights. Give us a few minutes and then we'll come back. Hang on. Sorry about the very long delay, but apparently my dad fixed the light back there. And I tried gluing the hole on the thing, but I just hope that it wasn't that big of a problem, even though it was just paused the thing several times. Not time really left, but to me it was like about 10 minutes of waiting. But once I'm done with this tutorial, I just hope that somebody will actually pick it up and know how to do it, and then hopefully somebody else will recreate this video, since mine's not in a very good environment apparently, and I'm just a beginner at this, so please bear with me. But what you want to do is you want to position your doll in a specific order, depending on how you want the arms. You can have it either this low so you have a little bit of neck so you can show it off, or you can kind of cover it like the way my aunt did on hers, which I'll show you at the end if you like, which I probably will. But alright, pretty much clear it all out. I don't know if it's gonna run or not, but put a whole lot of glue down, and I mean a lot. Make like a shirt out of it. Now while it's still very runny, put your two arms together and place your hands right down in the center of it, so you get that nice upside down heart shape. And make sure it's even, because if it ain't, then you can try and cover it up later. But while it's holding, yeah, I'll pause the video, and then when it comes back, I'll continue. All right. Well, this is what you should get. You should get pretty much this result. Now, when you go to, you can either hang it up on the wall so it's pretty much showing like this, or you can have it sitting on a table, which my other aunt has. I asked her to show me how to do this, but she never did. And honestly, I hope in the future you guys will actually do this, which I already said. But I really hope that one of the more famous crafters like Flying Neo or Craftastic would actually look at this and hopefully try doing one of these things, because that'd be actually fun. But the perfect time to go for getting all the supplies like I have, which I'm going to be doing right now, would be right after Christmas, when they actually have all the stuff still and it's all on sale, because that's like the perfect time to go. Because you can be able to get a lot of things for a really low price, like at Michael's, at Hobby Lobby, or Wiegand's. I don't know if you guys know any of these places, but depending on where you're from. But yeah, you get whatever supplies you are going to be using and get them all set up and ready to go. So what I have ain't a whole lot, but it's all that I have left, which I'm going to be using. Now, find the center of where you want to place something. So right here, you would put like a dab of glue. Well, this is actually the most crucial part of your angel, because it tells you what kind of angel you have and what it does. So this is like the long, stupid process that takes forever to do. And sorry for all my language if you guys are kids. I'm a 16-year-old, and likes to burn their fingers quite a bit. But yeah, you try and figure out what kind of design you're going to do. And right now I'm trying to find a good spot to start off with. Now, what I have in mind is put a dab of glue right here in its arm socket and place it there, so it has like a small bouquet, like so. But I'm gonna see if I can find something, so I'll be right back. again, like I said, I hope that someone or somebody would actually be willing to recreate this video for me. But since I really couldn't find anything else besides all this, I decided to take one of the Christmas decorations from my own tree to use. Since everything else pretty much here is red, I'm going to be using red themed again. Now, this is wire, so it's going to be quite hard to cut. Where did that go? Oh. Dangerous. Be very careful. So, you want to cut it to a pretty good sized stem so you can pretty much glue it like right here so you can hide it. And then once you're done gluing it down, you can pretty much spread it apart, add things to it, and hide the things that are inside of it. Oh jeez, this is expensive. But yeah, in other words, I hope somebody would actually recreate this video. Son of a bad word. I should stop playing with this and just glue it down before it falls apart more. So, put glue down. Put a pretty good amount of glue down so it doesn't budge anywhere. Like so. And just smack that thing right down in the center. So it doesn't move anywhere. And I just messed up placing it in. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get this thing to stay. It's not a bad word. But yeah, you pretty much work it in. Get it to whatever you like on it. And work that thing in. This is like the worst video I ever made, and I'm blabbering about crap. Son of a bad word. Things are not going my way today. In other words, I just hope that this will actually get quite a few views, and then somebody will actually pick it up and make a new video on it, because I am not doing a very good job today. Thank you for listening. Oh, jeez. That was not a good idea to cut it right there, because this thing is just falling apart, and it's just making it... And look at this. It just fell off. Things are just falling out. Is this thing even glued in? Ay, ay, ay. Smack that thing in. Smack it in. This is why it's good to buy good quality stuff and not things that say made in China, $3.99, where it's all made out of wire and it's all gonna fall apart like this is. That's why it's good to go to Michael's, where they actually have like crafts and stuff that actually work wonders, because then you can actually use the stuff inside that place without it actually falling apart as bad as this thing is. Because I'm pretty sure my mom got this from Myers when she went and got this stuff for me, because this is not working. And I mean, it ain't working at all. But yeah, you could add a lot more, or you could just leave it the way it is. But in my case, I'm going to add a few more things to it. And I know this video is quite long. At least it's something. Might break it up in 2 parts. Not sure yet. Don't know what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, now what you want to do is take that one bouquet that you had before, or whatever you're using, glue that crap out of it, and place it somewhere. Son of a... Mm, that hurt.